Hey, this is Sporty Kane getting ready. I got less than 2 minutes to go for today's broadcast, but let me know if the sound is coming out right. Is it? Oh my God, because that's the problems I've been having. You know what? I just realized what to do. I'll quickly refresh. All right. Okay, and I'm back. And now I actually am sure it's working because I'll still see if that is something I'm going to always need to do is refresh once I start the broadcast. The help desk hasn't been able to help me figure that one out yet. But we've got less than a minute to go for today's message. So this is not normally my shout out day, but if anybody comes in the comments during at the end of the broadcast, I'll say hello. And if you come in before I start, I'll say hello. Just let me know where you're tuning in from, even if you're watching the video. Okay, just put in the thread where you're tuning in from. God bless you. And here we go with today's message. All right, cool. Okay, well, welcome to Gift Friday. I created it because so often we hear people say TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Yet I say, what allure does Friday have to the person who took their last breath on Thursday or any day before that for that matter? So I learned to use what I've learned through Psalm 92 and 2. And that is, it is good to proclaim your unfailing love in the morning, your faithfulness in the evening. So instead of using TGIF, thank God it's Friday, I use TGIT. Not thank God it's Thursday, but thank God it's today. And then TGIT, thank God it's tonight. Thus, let's also have another scriptural reference, and if you're familiar with it, and that is Matthew 6 and 34. So don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring its own worries. Today's trouble is enough for today. Yes, see, darkness must always come before the light. But I want you to consider instead another use for TGIF, and that is trusting God is free. Think about what it costs to be blessed with the greatest gift of every day. The gift of waking up doesn't cost you a dime. And that still moves us into realizing that when you take that T and TGIF and move from the front to the end, okay, we find out what we really must give God thanks for. And that is today. Thus, Gift Friday, GIFT, God is for today. Gift Friday is the online sharing of one of my original poems or poetic messages, and its possible uses to inspire audiences online, in person, or inside your heart. Each poem will be my gift to you. So here you hear me read it and share this week's gift. Then, if you like a keepsake colorful copy, today I'm going to take, if you like a keepsake colorful copy, you'll be able to download the copy of the poem from Facebook or LinkedIn after the broadcast is over. Sometime after the broadcast is over, I'll post it as a PNF, I'll post it so that you can download it. But you won't be able to do that on YouTube. So make sure you go to Facebook or LinkedIn if you want to get a copy. Today, I'm going to take you back into a time tunnel with me. Today's gift is a double feature with a single message of growth. I'll be sharing two poems that I wrote 10 years apart that showed me that I had matured. I figured that I share them because we're about to step from one year into another, and people are logging resolutions, promises, etc. And okay, and I skipped one part. I need to tell you what you're looking at right here. This is actually my first book that in 1975, and I'm getting a lot of a big kick out of it. Okay, it's reconnecting me to my earlier days and seeing where my spirit has changed and where it stayed the same. My girlfriend at the time, her father had bound me this book of blank pages to save my poetry in because he liked what I was writing to his daughter and what she shared with him. What I decided to do was use my creativity and connect what the word poetry. First of all, my birth name is Rispodi, as Ryspodii, and what that has in common with poetry is the RY. So that's what I just did as a fun title for my original book. But the message that I'm conveying here is find something physical that takes you back to the formative days, and then let it become a great conversation. Okay. Find something that takes you back to the formative days. Let it become a great inner conversation. In fact, you'll smile because you've changed, and you'll smile even because you haven't. So that's why it moves us to part of today's message is just a reminder that change happens overnight, yet it does not come overnight. Think about that as we go through. So I want you to continue to make New Year's resolutions if you like. Yet more importantly, I want you to remember to pace yourself to make positive change. This first poem is about heartbreak and the mindset that I had at 21 years old, sharing my feelings. It's called Too Cool. Around myself, I have constructed a great wall of ice, sometimes too cold for even me. Without this great wall of ice, the preservation of my inner self is jeopardized. I once attempted to climb this wall, but the footing was insufficient as the ice began to melt, and I slipped near the apex. I fell upon my heart, for it was in a new position, the wrong place. Before my eyes, around my ears, in my throat, and out in front of me, unprotected and wounded, yet not beyond repair. So now I have placed my heart once again safely away inside my great wall of ice so that it may heal, rest, and perhaps grow stronger. Perhaps someday strong enough to help melt an escape tunnel through my imprisonatingly great wall of ice. The 1980s, that's 1976. The 1986 poem has a couple of progressive steps. First, I want you to think about how a wall of ice could actually serve as a mirror. Perhaps over the next decade, I saw myself a lot, and that escape tunnel that I mentioned and wrote about in Too Cool, because my comfort became that escape tunnel that I wrote about in Too Cool became my comfort in sharing. You see, one of my beliefs is that no one else really breaks your heart. You choose to feel the brokenness based on how confident you are in dealing with the truth. Think about that. You choose to feel that your heart was broken based on how confident you are in dealing with the truth. Someone does, they cut you loose, they're not interested in dating you, whatever. That's their truth. And you choose how you feel about it. Now, I'm not knocking any tough feelings that you have. Every emotion is real. No emotion is wrong. Let me make sure I not just say real, but no emotion is wrong. It's what we do with them that makes the difference. Okay, so you should feel the emotions, but they are your choice to feel them as brokenness, as your heart was broken based on how you are dealing with the truth. Let me move on. You were not made for everybody, nor will everyone seek to get along with you. One of the cliches of our time is people's search for being comfortably surrounded by others who they call their tribe. So let's see if you can, if your search can be seen through this next poem, which is called The Glass Wall. In search of the truth, I have constructed a great wall of glass so that others may look in. By thus exposing myself, I can welcome you and we can share where we've been. My great wall of glass hides no secrets, and though many I have to unveil, it won't shield the fact that I'm possessed. by an undying urge not to fail. It won't masquerade my emotions, be they ecstasy, pleasure, or pain, nor will it negate the sadness I feel should my love for you be in vain. Come, show yourself from your side of the glass, and let's talk deep within our eyes. If we find ourselves in one another, let's express happiness, not surprise. Change happens overnight, yet does not come overnight. Whether or not it took me a decade to melt that mindset, I melted it and continue my life journey with no regrets of who I was. Instead, I've learned to enjoy the people and practices in my past and present. I am no longer surprised by what God is doing in my life. My focus is on finding new ways to share it as the truth. Continue to make New Year's resolutions if you like. Yet more importantly, pace yourself to make positive change. And don't be too cool to stand before your glass wall. Happy old year and happy new. God continues to love you. Yet, you've got to love you too. Please find something physical that takes you back to the formative days and let it become a great reminder and an inner conversation. You'll smile because you've changed or even because you haven't. I'll post a copy of the poem in a few, and you can download it from Facebook or LinkedIn. Have a safe week sharing your good news. And remember its source. God is for today. Glue Wednesday. Gift Friday. All right. Thanks and God bless you. And let me see if I need to do any quick shout outs and thank yous. Nope, we got that. All right. So then we're in good shape. All right, y'all. Especially if you're watching the video, be safe this weekend. Okay. And remember, some of the amateurs are out. So be careful in how you drive and make sure that you get some rest before you drive. Okay. Over and out. Peace.